fourth day, the second day, really in uppers and having pads on. I thought the guys came out and worked well, you know, and fought through that. You know, up and down both sides of the day. It was back and forth. You know, Harper had an incredible day. I think he was 100% on field goals and kicked a 57-yarder, which is very impressive. Which I was actually fixing to switch him out, and he said, "Coach, I can make this." And I said, "Okay, well, let's try it." So he did a good job. You know, I think we're continuing to get better, and just need a bunch more reps. Need to just continue to get a bunch better fundamentally, and lots of good things. Probably defense probably won a little bit today because we turned the ball over way too much, but they were flying around and making things happen. So very pleased with today's work.
How do you look at that when you see the defense winning and making those plays? Are you upset at the offense? Are you happy for the defense? I mean, it's a fine line there, I guess.
Well, you know, yeah. I mean, I think that if you're a good football team, it usually goes back and forth. Don't like seeing the turnovers, but I think that's what practice is for. You learn from those things. But you know, I feel really good about the defense and don't feel good about putting the ball in jeopardy. And I think with the first unit with Tino, I think we've practiced 4 practices, and he's turned the ball over a couple times. We run almost 50 plays in Skelly, and he is, I think, thrown 1 interception and was that 200 passes. So you know, he's been pretty efficient. We just had the ball out some, and I think the defense was striking and getting after it and creating some of that. And we're also learning and installing, and that causes a little bit of tentativeness. So you know, I like it when it goes back and forth, but way too much. You know, I think the ball was on the ground 6 times today. On fumbles caused, and that's a good job by the defense, and we got to do a lot better job taking care of the football because that's the #1 objective right now.
It seemed like they could have had a couple more. I think they dropped 3 straight.
Yeah, that was the other thing that we pointed out, that we had 3 missed opportunities, and then 1 interception that we actually fumbled back to the offense. So a lot of good teaching opportunities today when it comes to that, and I like that our guys are being so ball conscious on both sides of the ball. Oh yeah, I think Shane's having you know, I think our 1 linebackers are, you know, we have a lot of confidence in Max and Tristan, naturally because of their experience. Shane has got tremendous ability and power and strength, and you know, old Mason, you can't count the old guy out. Boy, he's tough. Now you see him out there, and you have to make him get out. You know, he's doing things he's not supposed to be doing and stuff like that. But we have a lot of confidence in those guys. And then the young guys, you know, we think LaQuentin Smith and Freezer is what we call him, Grigsby, has really looked good. I think, you know, at the outside backer spots, you know, Juan Price, Todd Thomas, 2 young guys looking really good, and then Greg Williams and Lindsey naturally are starting to become active there. So been pleased with the linebacker core, and I think Shane's very much in the mix, and a guy that can really help us, can be a really good player.
Todd Thomas, obviously this is his first year. What have you seen from him so far? What do you like about him?
Tremendous athlete, very physical, competitive. You know, he's just, you know, it's his first time out there, so the learning's been slow for him. But I like the fact he just gets out there and he plays. He turns it loose and he plays, and he's very coachable, and he wants to be good. But he is a very gifted athlete and a very physical player.
You mentioned the importance of reps just across the entire team. But for a guy like Todd Thomas, who's bounced around the transitions in his early career here, how important is almost every play for him just to get familiar with the new system and just a new position?
Well, it's one of the reasons why we, you know, because of the pace of how we practice, we rep 3 deep, and we'll do that for, you know, as long as we can do it, and that's for that reason. So we continue reps. Take a rep. Good.
Obviously, it's a hot topic. The high octane offense. Have you noticed the progression? How has it come along? And is he getting better every day? They become more adapted to this?
Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, been running the system for 4 or 5 years, you know, and actually ran the same thing when I was a high school head coach. I think got a lot of potential. It looks, I mean, I would say we're probably right where we need to be. We've got a really, internally was pleasant surprise is yesterday. I'm anxious to see the film today. Seen a couple of snaps there late that weren't good. And you know, I think so. Probably at the center position after about 4 practices, I think Turnley and Jacobson, and like Gaskins would be the next guy. And I think Gaskins had a good day at tackle yesterday. So Montez Hollins had a really good day yesterday. And I really challenged somebody to step up and push Gibbs and Nix, and those guys did. So I'm really proud of them. And Rothram is getting better every day. He's battling King, there at that guard position. I think those guys are getting better. So keep us offensively is going to start up front and developing that other spot and be sound in what we're doing. And then, I think that we've got a lot of confidence in the running backs and the receiving corps. I got a lot of confidence in the quarterback. I think the quarterback is really progressing. So I feel good about where we're at. Oh, they're supposed to tag off on Ray, so Ray said they might want to tag off on him. So I don't think it's anything nothing big. I think just got a win knocked out of it.
Coach, can you describe the progression on special teams? Would you say that Kevin is the lock to start a kicker right now, and what would you say the punter situation is?
Well, I don't ever like to use the word lock at anything. I think you look at certain positions, and you probably don't even have to ask me, who's leading at that position, whether you talk about quarterback or kicker. And place kicking wise, he's been very, very impressive. So he's got a great advantage over everyone, but he still has to compete every day. I think he's got a chance to get great points for, and the fact that we intend on scoring a lot of points, he should have a lot of activity. I like the fact with his extra points how quick he gets the ball up, and then I like his mentality. He's really believes he can be the best in the country, and it's got to keep being consistent there. Yonklick's really improved at the punter position. I think he is doing well there. Bartholomew at the deep snapper, I call him K-Bart, is really trained himself. Has really had an outstanding camp so far. So the returners, we got a bunch of new guys back there, as well as back there with Cam on punt return. I think Patton, I think Lafayette Pitts, guys that have really stuck out to me, back there in the return game. But the special teams are going to be big for us. That we do a great job with our kickoff cover, and you look back over the last few years. The Big East always comes down to the last 3 games, and a lot of times it involves the kicking game play. So we spend a lot of time on that and focus on that. And the key is getting the right personnel on there. I think we spend an awful lot of time doing that right now. So it's progressing.
That was good.
Okay.
Coach,